Okay, recording has started. Let me screen share. Paste it on top of this itself. Okay. Yeah, Kunsh, what did you get on this one? How did you do this? Why don't I see you, Kunsh? Why is your video off? Okay, yeah.
So for this one, I got D.
D.
P over 2.
P over 2. Okay. Navya, same answer or a different answer?
Yeah, sir.
Which of these? So it's independent of Q. Is that what you guys are saying? What is the expression for Q in terms of P? Correct? So you're getting P by 2 as well? How? So if it's P by 2, then X will be at L. And so two people are leaving from X, right? One heading left and one heading right. If I recall the question, element, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
X and working on they first meet at M. Okay. So assuming Q is P by 2, then one guy would reach L, the other guy would reach N as in Nancy. Then the other guy will need to cover the hypotenuse when this guy has only shorter side to cover, right? How can it be P by 2?
No, that means Q is half of P.
The
Right,
first
because the
meeting is at
expression is
M.
if Q in terms of P and R. So
Okay,
Q
okay.
equals P over 2.
But even then, okay, all right. So let me make it this way then. Okay, so is anyone else getting the same answer? I'm tempted to think P by 2 is wrong for the simple reason it has to depend on P and R. Okay, just very simple reason. Very simple reason. Let's say I have I take the extreme case when R is very, very small and this P plus Q is very large. Okay, so almost R is 0. Okay, now just imagine this is the case. Now, based on your answer, you're saying P is Q by 2, right? Let's say this length is P. So from here to here is P, and this length is P by 2, because you're saying Q is P by 2. You're with me, Kunsh? That's what you're saying. And Navya also agreed with that. Okay. So M, L, and this is N. Okay. Now this guy, okay. Do you guys agree that this is approximately 1.5 times P? Because you can almost collapse M to L. You can almost bring down the triangle to almost a flat line, in which case Mn would be 1.5 times P. Do you agree on this one? Okay, so then according to what you are saying, the guy who's heading this way has to cover P by 2 plus 1.5 times, which is 2P. Whereas the guy heading left will cover P plus 0, which is just P. So that's enough to show that this is wrong. Does it make sense, guys? Navya, you with me as well? Okay, so always do some basic sense check. This is in fact, after doing it, I wanted to do some sense check, but it's good that you guys got a wrong answer. I was able to illustrate it right here, right? Anyone else got a different answer? Avinash, what did you get?
So for question 18, sorry. 18, I got PR upon 2 plus 2P plus R.
PR upon 2P plus R. Okay, all right, let's do that same sanity check. Okay, let's do a different sanity check here. Okay, actually the same thing. Okay, so in fact, let's properly do it. But before that, let's do that same sanity check. So, so this is R, right? This is R. Okay, now as R approaches 0, what is the correct answer? What is the correct expression I'm expecting? Let's see. Okay, so let's say Q is somewhere here. Okay, no, not Q. Well, what I'm saying, X is somewhere here, right? So as R approaches 0, that means Q should approach 0 as well, because this guy will. So this is P. Okay, this is Q, and this is P plus Q, because R is tending towards 0. Do you guys agree? So as Q approaches, as R approaches 0, the guy who's walking to the left will cover P plus R, right? Which is approximately P plus 0. Okay, the guy walking to the right will cover Q plus P plus Q plus P plus Q. Do you agree? So he'll cover this Q and then he'll cover this P plus Q. Right? I'm saying P plus Q because R is collapsed to almost like a flat line. So which means this is proving that Q should go to 0. And that makes sense, right? Because as it gets flatter and flatter, if this guy starts from here, he'll cover all the way till here and then go a little up. And this guy will cover the full hypotenuse, which is almost same as the base length ln. Does this make sense to everyone? Drishit, are you with me? Right? So it passes the sanity check. In fact, let's see anything else passes that sanity check. As R approaches 0, our expected answer for Q should be 0. Okay, so this one does not. It gives P by 2. This one clearly does not. This one also does not. This one also does not. As R approaches 0, I'm getting 1.5 times P here. So clearly this is the only standout. So I'm tempted to believe that Avinash is right. Okay, but let's actually formally do it. It should not be too difficult. But do you guys all understand this checking, guys? Arya, are you with me? You understood this checking? Okay, so let's do it properly. So I'm not going to say it's going to go to 0 and all that. So let's set up a proper relation and do it. I'll erase this. So the guy who's walking to the left from X, okay, so he'll cover P plus R. Okay, he's covering P plus R. The guy walking to the right will cover Q plus square root of P whole square plus R square, correct? Because this guy is covering this Q and then this entire hypotenuse, they are meeting at M. Okay, so let's try to solve. So we need to set these to be equal. So P plus R minus Q, let's get everything to one side and then square it, should be equal to this square, which is P plus Q whole square plus R square. And then from this, you should be able to simplify. Let's do that. So I have, so that you guys know A plus B plus C whole square, right? A plus B plus C whole square will have A square plus B square plus C, just similar to A plus B whole square. We'll have A square plus B square plus 2AB, right? Here we'll have 2 of all of the combinations, 2AB, 2BC plus 2CA. So by that logic, this P plus R plus P plus R minus Q, P square plus R square plus minus Q square is anyway Q square. And then 2PR and then 2P minus Q, which is minus 2PQ, and then minus 2RQ. Okay. On the right hand side, we have P square plus Q square plus 2PQ plus R square. Okay. So P square, R square, Q square, P square, R square, Q square gets cancelled. 2PQ also, no, 2PQ does not get cancelled. 2PQ gets added up to the right side. So what is our focus? We have to find Q in terms of R. So let's collect all the terms which have Q. This guy, and this guy. Let's bring all of them to one side. So 2PR equal to 4PQ plus RQ. Okay. So of course I can cancel off 1, 2 here. Okay. So this becomes Q times 2P plus R equal to PR. And yes, of course, if you bring this to the bottom, you get this answer. Well done, Avinash. Did anyone else get this answer other than Avinash?
Yes, I got the same answer.
Okay, cool. Why did you not call out? I did ask, right? Did anyone else ask? Okay, cool. But actually, not a very difficult question at all, guys. Navya, where did you go wrong?
So I'm not sure. I did a very complicated working and then I ended up with P by 2.
Okay, that's fine. But always do sense check wherever opportunity presents. I know I'm saying this very easily. You guys want to optimize the number of questions, but some sense check banta hai, right? Otherwise, how can we be assured of our answer? The very first hint should be, is my answer supposed to be independent of R? There are 2 or 3 things, right? P, Q, and R. We are asking Q in terms of P and R. The question itself says, so you should suspect, is it possible at least the first 3 choices have R buried in it somewhere? Clearly, one is wrong, right? One, I wouldn't say it's wrong, because you can always scale up this P and Q and R by 100 times, right? How can the answer be independent of, it should all be proportional, right? It cannot be 1, that's for sure. Right? Because instead of 10 kilometers, I can make it 1 micrometer. How can it be? The entire triangle itself can be a small 1 micrometer triangle. How can the answer be 1? It doesn't make sense at all. So this is clearly a stupid answer. Okay, but other three are more tempting than this one. This one does not have any R at all in it. Yeah, makes sense, guys. Sorry, other than Navya, who else said you got this P by 2? Was this?
So that was me.
Oh, Kunsh. Okay, yes.
So I
Um,
made a silly mistake. So I cancelled out the 2 PQ from both sides.
All right. Yeah, silly mistakes happen. I do a lot of them as well, but you should be able to catch your mistakes. That's more important. Okay. Okay, this one. Let's see, Kunal. What did you get on this?
I got D.
Root 3 plus 1. Okay. Anyone
I
else?
got E.
You got E. Okay.
So I got A.
A you said.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Why is this thing is misbehaving. Okay. A and D so far. Any other answers? Drishit, what did you get?
So I got D as well.
You got D as well. Okay. Again, let's see whether we can use some basic thing here, right? QX is what he's asking. QX. The radius of the semicircle is root 3. So this itself is root 3. So this itself is root 3. Okay. And the diagram is drawn reasonably to scale. Ananya, do you agree? This definitely looks longer than root 3, right? He's asking for QX. So this length definitely looks longer than OX and is reasonably drawn it to scale. So answer has to be more than root 3, right? So let's try all this simple jugad. So, and then 2 minus root 3 also we can easily eliminate. Root 3 is how much? 1.7. 2 minus 1.7 is 0.3. We are saying it should be more than 1.7. Answer cannot be 2 minus root 3. Again, I'm not asking you to just go with the elimination. I'm just saying these are very simple things to catch. Okay. This again, 2 times root 3 is how much? 2 times 1.7, 3.4. 3.4 minus 1 is 2.4. This is fine, right? In the sense it could be, right? It's not so obvious. Okay. All right. So enough of doing the sense check. Let's get on to it. So so this is R, right? R is given to be root 3. And then what do I want? So I can use similarity of triangles, right? So this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So if this is R by 2. Okay. From here to here. And then what is this? This is from O to R is R by 2 into root 3. From O to R, OR. Right? 30, 60, 90 triangle. This triangle, 30, 60, 90. Okay. So, and this is from here to here is R, from O to P. Sorry, guys, my handwriting is horrible today. So this is R from here to here. Okay. So what do we have? I have R plus R by 2 times root 3. That's your length of the equilateral triangle. And R is given to you. R is given as root 3. So root 3 plus 3 by 2 is your length of your side, which means QR is also that. So QR is also that same thing, right? And then from this we have to subtract. So QX is this guy minus R by 2. XR needs to be subtracted. Right? XR is R by 2, which is root 3 by 2. Am I right, guys, or am I doing something wrong? Can someone help me? I'm getting root 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2. That's not the answer, right? It's not even in the choices. What am I doing wrong? What is the length of QX? R. Radius of the semicircle is R. Oh, yeah.
So in the triangle you've drawn, the
Correct.
R is not opposite the 90-degree angle.
Exactly. Thanks for catching that. Okay. I would have expected someone else to catch that also quickly. So it's 1 is to root 3. Sorry. So it's 1 is to root 3 is to 2, right? If this is one part, this is root 3 parts, and this is 2 parts. Okay. So if this is R by root 3, and this is 2 times that, 2 times R by root 3. One part is the smallest one, and then so my equation is wrong here. But the method is fine. So this is R. So the side of the equilateral triangle is R plus 2R by root 3. Okay. Now from that side, I need to subtract R by 2 to arrive at QX. So QX is R by 2 plus 2R by root 3. R by 2 plus 2R by root 3. Let's see if that works. I hope so. Oh my God. Otherwise, I'll just give up and go. So this is root 3 by 2. And then this is 2 by root 3 times root 3. No, guys, I'm still doing something wrong. Someone help me, please. Same mistake as what I did last time.
So-
Minus R by root 3.
So why are you taking the radius as 2 r over root 3?
No.
Isn't the radius semicircle just given as root 3?
It is given as root 3. Yes. I'm substituting R as root 3 only eventually. Yes. I'm keeping this length as R, but R is root 3. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So the side QX is nothing but your side length, which is from here to here, minus R by root 3. So it's R.
How do you know
Sir,
that
I did
radius
it
is
just now and
90?
I'm getting 1 plus root 3.
Sorry, 1 second. Kunal, I'll just take your question in just 1 second. So R plus R by root 3, and R is given to be root 3. Therefore, it's root 3 plus root 3 by root 3, which is 1. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Kunal, what was your question? Sorry.
Sir, how do you prove that OX is 90?
How do you prove OX is 90? Oh, no, from
OXR, angle OXR.
because it's tangential, right? At the point of tangency, the radius is perpendicular to
Oh yeah.
the tangent.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I
but
used it, but I looked like it, so I used it, but I couldn't prove it.
I'm very glad that you're thinking in that line, right? You should not assume anything, but yes, tangential. Okay, anyone else get a different answer, or we are okay on this one, right? Sorry, I messed up a few things here and okay, that was question 19. Question 20. Question 20. Let's see who was able to do this. Navya, were you able to do question 20?
No, sir, I wasn't able to do any after this.
As in you tried, but you're not
Yeah.
able to get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Sir, I got 13 by 18.
13 by 18. Okay. Any other answers? Okay. All right. So let's do this. So let's draw a picture. Length of a rectangular is 3 times its width. So let's draw a rectangle, which is 3 times its width. There's a different color here. So this is, let's say, one part, 2 parts, and 3 parts. Okay. So let's say here something. Okay. Parts. Okay, and then similarly here. So let's demarcate the points, right? So this is 1, okay, 2, and then let's draw the horizontal here also. So I mean, I don't need to do it, but okay, fine. I'll just draw this, and this is like just to show it's 1:3. Okay. Now, what are you doing? You're grabbing. Let's mark this A, B, C, D, E, F. Kunsh, the camera went off. You think I didn't notice? Okay. Okay. Now you're making F collapse with B, right? The paper is folded so that one vertex lies on the opposite vertex, thus forming a pentagonal shape. So the fold is along the line FB. So let's connect the line FB. Let's connect the line FB. Right? So you're folding it along FB. So when you fold it, then the fold will happen at this point, right? It'll happen at this point, and the fold will be in a direction which is perpendicular, correct? So this will go like this. Fold will be perpendicular, right? So let me just draw it more perpendicular. Fold will be perpendicular like this. Here also will be perpendicular. Okay. You guys are with me, right? Now, when we do this, okay, when we do this, now it's clear to see that F will land up here. So I'll just put the reflection as with a dash. So F is landing up here. Okay. Now E will land up somewhere here. All right. Okay. So let's draw a parallel line to this. So let's draw a parallel line to this. Okay. Now E will land up here, right? So this portion is going to go like this. Or let me just show the reflection in a different color. So DE will get reflected to DE dash. This is E dash. Okay. And this guy, what else is there? D is getting reflected there. F is getting reflected there. Okay. And then the line EF, essentially, the new EF is E dash F dash. So this is the E dash F dash. So the bottom line E has just become E dash F dash. Okay. Is this clear? Now, this angle was a 90. So this angle will also be 90. This angle will also be 90. Okay. Are all of you getting this so far? All of you with me so far? And the pentagon is this pentagon, right? So I'll just name this point I or something, right? So A, B, E. Okay, I'll just shade the pentagon so that it's easy to follow. So if I shade the pentagon, this is the pentagon. Okay, this is the pentagon. Sorry, I guess I made it more difficult to understand. Okay, I'll remove it. All of you guys can see the pentagon, right? So it's A, which is, and B is just B, E dash, D, I. Okay, A, B, E dash, D, I. That's the pentagon I'm talking about. Okay, now I want to find the area of this pentagon. Now we can see just by symmetry that if I draw a line here, okay, so this area will be same as this area. So effectively, if I split the pentagon into two parts, let's split the pentagon into two parts. This part, which is like a trapezium, okay, this trapezium can be equated to halfway through like this, right? Since it's this region, the bottom region is same as this region. I can put that back here and just say effectively it's half of the rectangle, half of the big rectangle. So this portion compensates for this portion. So I can put that here and just say it's half of the entire rectangle is being taken up. Are you guys with me? Okay. Drishit, you're with me?
I don't understand how you get the trapezium. Oh,
Uh,
no, never mind. You put that there.
Yeah. So this is my A, the trapezium I'm talking about is A, B, D, I. Now I'm just approximating, not approximating. I can see that it compensates to be A, B. I'll just put this as X and Y.
Yeah.
So this is X and this is Y.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Understood, right? Okay. So the only other thing that we have to find out is the triangle area, this triangle area. So I can add that and I can come out the fraction, right? So if I may, and even in the triangle, I know this length is, let me call everything is, no dimension is given, it's all proportion. So I'll just call all of this as 1, 1, 1, right? The initial triangle is 3 by 1, 1, 1, okay? So this is also 1 from here to here, from C to D is 1, and so on. So this BE is B dash. So E dash F dash was originally EF. So that also became 1. Now what is DE? DE is same as DE dash. But what is that length? We can just use slope here, right? So we know that the slope of BF is 3 by 1. The slope of BF is 3 by 1, which means the slope of, let's say the center is O. Okay. So if I just focus on this small triangle here, that slope is like 1 by 3. Ignore the negative and all that. But roughly the proportion is, instead of 3:1, it's 1:3. Or rather, the longer to the shorter is the same 3:1. You can see that. right? It's just the same triangle. It's a similar triangle, but at 90 degrees. So which means if this portion is half, we know this portion is half. Therefore, this portion XD, the small portion here, XD, should be 1/3 of half, which is 1/6. You guys agree? Okay. And therefore, DE, therefore, if anyone did not understand, please stop me sooner than later, please. So DE is nothing but half of the length of the big triangle, which is XC, which we know is 3/2, minus the small portion that we just encountered, which is 1/3 of half, which is 1/6. Right? DE is, so I hope this is right. Let's see. 18. So how much is this? 16 by, how much is this, guys? 8/6. 8/6. 9/6 minus 1/6, which is 8/6, which is 4/3. So DE is 4/3. We just arrived, which is same as DE dash also. Therefore, area of the triangle, this triangle is just half into base into height, which is 2/3. Okay. So we found the area of the triangle. We already said the trapezium is nothing but half of the entire big rectangle. So we just have to add and then divide by the total. Okay. So the entire big rectangle was 3. Of that, the trapezium occupied 3/2. This was 3/2, which is equivalent to this half of the rectangle, right? The initial big one was like this, right? So we said this is 3/2, and then the triangle on the side was 2/3. So this comes out to be, Rohan is right. So this is 9 plus 4 is 13. 13/6 into 3, which is 13/18. Very well done, Rohan. Okay, Rohan, is this pretty much what you did as well?
No,
Okay, was it longer, shorter?
it was way longer.
Way longer. But okay, good that you stick to it and still did it, right? Do you want to discuss, or it's not worth discussing your long answer?
So not good. I didn't know how to imagine it. So I had to cut out a piece of paper and then see how it actually worked. And then I used algebra.
Wonderful. Yes.
And then I found it.
Yes, you have all of these opportunities when you do it at home. You have the leisure of time. You have the leisure of cutting up stuff. In the exam situation, you won't have it. So experiment with all this, guys. When things fold, things are like literally perpendicular, right? You'll get the fold line should be perpendicular to the other line. So I don't know what to call BF, right? It's perpendicular to this ID, right? But is everyone understanding this picture fully, guys? Will you guys be able to do something like this later? Yeah.
So can you repeat the slope part again?
Oh, okay. Are you able to see that all the triangles here are all similar? There are multiple triangles. All of them are in the ratio 3:1, the two sides. The hypotenuse will be whatever, √10, right? 3:2, sorry, 3:1 √10 is all of these right angle triangles. Okay. The reason I'm saying that is, let's start off with this angle is theta. Okay. And let's say theta is the smaller angle, and then this is the bigger angle. Let's say this is, okay, I'll just call it alpha. So this is alpha is the smaller angle and beta is the bigger angle. So all of these triangles that you see in this picture are all alpha, beta, and 90 wala triangles. Okay, this is 90, right? This is beta, this is alpha, this is 90, right? This is 90, this is beta, this is alpha. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you have an alpha, beta, 90 triangle, that means the smaller side is 1/3 of the longer side. And the hypotenuse, whatever it is, we didn't need the hypotenuse in this case at all, but all of these triangles are in this shape. If this is A, this is 3A, and therefore this is √10 times A. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
Okay, and then this was half. So for this triangle, this was half, and therefore I said this is 1/3 of that half, which is the 1/6 that we got. Does it make sense?
yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. Okay, where is, let me go to extra play, locate extra space. That was question 20. 21 21 seems straightforward only, right? Hexagon. Aditya, what did you get on 21?
I did not get this one.
Okay. Let's see. Shivank?
No.
No? Anyone else? Sanvi? Sanvi? I cannot hear you. You're unmuted, but I cannot hear you at all. Okay. Anyone else, guys? Navya, Rohan, Avinash?
So I don't have my working papers. I just remember some answers and then I give them.
What's new? It's the same thing, same old story, Rohan.
So,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
okay.
but okay. I mean, is it very difficult to have a notebook and just keep things organized? Come on, guys. Okay, Ananya. No? Okay.
Um,
I don't know. Actually, this is, I mean, let's see. Square has its vertical sides, vertices on the edges of a regular hexagon. Two of the edges are parallel, blah, blah, blah. The sides of the hexagon are of length 1. Okay, so this is 1, this is 1. Okay, all of them are 1, right? All of them are 1. What is the length of the side of the square? Okay, so wherever there's a hexagon, there's ample number of 60 degrees, right? Which means this 30, 60, 90 is going to be at play for sure, right? It's just applying that, right? So length of the square. So let's call the length of the square as x. Okay, so let's put this small portion here. Okay, so which means in this small triangle, from, so this is x minus 1 is the difference, but that's hanging on both sides equally. So this small portion is x minus 1 by 2. Do you agree? The small portion is x minus 1 by 2. Yeah. Right? All of you with me so far? Yes, yes, no, guys. Ananya, do you agree that this small portion here is x minus 1 by 2?
yes, sir.
All of you okay? Drishit, you're okay? Okay. Now, this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. This is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay. Okay. The diagram is too small, guys. Let me just draw a bigger one. So at least I'll draw this portion of it. The portion that I'm focusing on. So this is, okay, and then I'll just draw the, right, and the square is starting from here. Okay, square is completed here. Okay, so now what did I say? I said this is given to be 1. Okay, and I said if I drop a perpendicular here, okay, this portion is x minus 1 upon 2, like x being the side of the square. Okay, now if I just complete this, now again, multiple ways of doing this. So this is exactly half of the square, right? This is x by 2. X by 2, because we know that the square goes from here to here. So this portion is, okay. So the upar wala portion from here to here is x by 2. The niche wala portion from here to here is x by 2, making the entire side length as x. Okay, now what do I have? So x minus 1 by 2, and then this is this. Now I can say that this guy is x minus 1 by 2 into 2, because this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. This is 60 and this is 30. This 1 by 2, right? Are you guys with me? So in this triangle, we have 30, 60, 90. Therefore, this is 2 times x minus 1 by 2. In the other triangle, the lower triangle, again, I'll use 30, 60, 90, right? X by 2 is the longer side. That's the, so this is, think of this as 1 is to root 3 is to 2. I'll just put a root 3 and 2a. So that way you guys remember this, right? So if this is 60, then this a root. So this x by 2 is the a root 3. Therefore, this portion here should be x by 2 upon root 3. Yeah. And therefore, this guy should be twice that, x by 2 upon root 3 into 2. Okay, I'll pause here. Is everyone clear on the dimensions here completely? And now it's just a question of equating this entire length should be the length of 1, right? So we have x minus 1 by 2. Sorry, x minus 1 only. The 2 gets cancelled. The x minus 1 that we had plus, there is this by, okay, plus this portion, which is x by root 3. So this and this add up to give. This is x minus 1 by 2. Okay, plus x by root 3. These two should add up to give the side of the hexagon, which is 1. So what do I have? X into x into 1 plus 1 by root 3 equal to 2. Okay, now from here on it's just simplification, right? So I can write root 3 plus 1 upon root 3 equal to 2. So x is 2 root 3 upon root 3 plus 1. I can multiply and divide by root 3 minus 1 to conjugate the denominator. So the denominator becomes 3 minus 1, which is 2. That cancels off with this, leaving 3 minus root 3. Yeah, that's one of the answers here. Does it make sense? I would have expected at least someone to get. Rohan, did you not get this? Oh, you
No,
said
I
you-
would have got it.
Okay.
So you
Shivank,
can look at the answer options and tell also, kind of. I mean, it would be a very educated guess, but you can still.
let's see. Yeah, let's see. This is approximately 1.25. 3 minus 1.7 is 1.3. Very difficult. If these two are very, very close. This is 1.33. This is 1.4. And this is 1.5. So he was fairly decent in giving the options this time. The range is only very narrow. There's no very dumb answer at all for us to eliminate. And the correct answer turns out in retrospect is 3 minus root 3, which is approximately 1.3. Okay, so the answers are very, very close, guys, here in this case. So difficult to do an educated guess. But is this clear? Shivank, method completely clear to you? Sanvi, can you unmute and say anything? Why am I not able to hear you at all? How can I interact with you if it's like this? I see you are unmuted. I cannot see your face. As usual, I'm seeing your ceiling. I need to see you as well. And okay, you need to fix your audio. Can I see you at least, please? Sanvi.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you from a well, from deep inside a well.
I'll fix my camera.
Please fix your camera and more importantly, fix your audio as well. Okay, Drishit, all good on this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was, which question was this, guys? 21. Okay, 22. Where is Vihan? I don't see Vihan. Araf, were you able to do question 22?
So no, I could not. I did attempt 23, but I could not do 22, 24, and 25.
Okay. Who else? Avinash, 22.
No, sir, I have not done it.
So I had got 1 by 4.
1 by 4. Any other answers? Navya? Oh, Navya, you said you tried anything beyond 20, you were not able to get. Okay. Anyone else? Araf? Okay. Let's simplify this, right? So I can get y square is there everywhere, and bare minimum there's an x also everywhere. So x I can take out. I can take y square also out. So this is x square and then minus x minus y square plus y. Okay, so this is greater than or equal to 0. So x into y square. So essentially you have multiple things that are multiplying, right? X is a separate unit, y square is another unit, and this entire clunk is another unit. When they are all multiplying, we want this quantity to be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, and then he says 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to y. So x is safe. X itself will be positive because x is given to be greater than 0. Y square anyway, it's square, therefore it's positive. Anyway, y itself is given to be positive number. So bottom line, it reduces to working out what this region maps to, right? X square minus x minus y square plus y should be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so let's can just do some simple manipulation. So I can say x square minus y square is greater than or equal to x minus y. Okay, or rather, let's do, since y is the bigger quantity, let's write it y square. Let's try to write it such that y square comes on the positive side. So let me just move. Okay, so this guy, I'll keep the minus x plus y this side itself. So y minus x as it is, and I'll move the x square and y square to the other side. Not that I cannot do otherwise, it's just that given y is the bigger one, let's use that. So y square minus x square, just to avoid confusion. So which means y minus x should be greater than or equal to y minus x times y plus x.
How do you get this? I don't understand.
What I said this quantity should be greater than or equal to 0.
But how do you get y minus x is greater than or equal to y square minus x square?
Okay, so if you focus on this one, minus x plus y is the left hand side. That's minus x plus y is y minus x. And the x square minus y square goes to the right side as y square minus x square. Yeah, Kunal?
Why do you switch the sign?
Why do I switch? I did not switch the sign.
In the RHS.
I did not. What do you mean? Oh, if something goes from LHS to RHS, the sign has to switch, right? What are you talking? If minus 3 is on this side, when it goes to RHS, it becomes plus 3, right? Kya baat kar rahe ho?
Yeah, but okay, so
I won't take okay, so you're not doing me a favor. Okay, fine. X square minus x minus y square plus y greater than or equal to 0. Okay, okay. I am moving x square to the right side. Won't it come as minus x square?
yeah.
I am moving the minus y
Then
square.
how can you just like eliminate x and y?
I've not eliminated anything. I've moved. They're all separate quantities, right? I can move anything anywhere. Do you agree with that? I have complete freedom.
Yeah.
I'm moving x square to the right hand side. That becomes minus x square. I'm moving minus y square to the right side. That becomes plus y square. I'm keeping the minus x as it is. I'm keeping the plus y as it is.
Okay.
Keep it this one. And now minus x plus y is same as y minus x. I'm not doing anything. It's like minus 3 plus 10. I can write it as 10 minus 3. That's all. Yes, Kunal? Why do you have a worried look? I don't know. You should be, not like, means like you are, I don't want you to be compelled to thinking this is right. You should naturally feel this is right, don't you?
No, it's right. But I like, then what about the x and the y square?
No.
The first part.
Oh, I think he's asking why like this goes away, but then it gets like you divide 0 by.
So the x goes away because x is anyway given to be positive quantity. Forget the greater than or equal to for now. Forget the fact that x can be 0 also. But for now, just imagine that x is a positive quantity. So just imagine 0 less than x less than y instead of less than or equal to
So just like it doesn't matter. Just want it to be positive.
It's positive, right? So it can be positive or it can be 0 also. The original question says it can be 0 also. But either way, it's not negative. And therefore, the entire quantity to be greater than or equal to 0, it suffices to say that this big chunk should be greater than or equal to 0. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm started off with. So I said this quantity should be greater than or equal to 0. Is everyone convinced, guys? Aditya, you're with me? Okay, so Kunal, pakka na, please. Okay, good. Okay, so y minus x is greater than or equal to, I'm glad you're probing. That's very good. Okay, so y minus x should be greater than or equal to y minus x times y plus x. So now here again, so which means what? So for now, just go with the flow. Let's say 0 less than x less than y. Okay, so technically 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to y. But for now, let's say just pretend 0 less than x, strictly less than. If it's strictly less than, then y minus x is a positive quantity. So y minus x is a positive quantity, which means I can I can cancel off a positive quantity on both sides without doing anything. Navya, yeah, go ahead.
So, but you can't really just cancel out y minus x, because what if y minus x is equal to 0?
Yeah, exactly. Which is why
That'll
I'm
be a
saying
second case.
for a second I said, let's say this is equal to instead of inequality, let's say instead of less than or equal to, let's just assume less than. If that's the case, then y is clearly bigger than x, which means y minus x is not 0. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll just finish it off. Suppose y minus x is greater than 0, then this reduces to 1 greater than or equal to y plus x. Okay. Or if now we come back to suppose it is actually equality, then no problem. So if y minus x is greater than or equal to y minus, if y equal to x, then no problem. If y equal to x, then this will anyway be 0. If y equal to x, this entire quantity, I'll rewrite this quantity again. So what is this quantity? X square minus क्या था वो? X square minus x minus y square plus y. If x equal to y, anyway this quantity will be 0. So every point on the line y equal to x will be counted in the solution set. Do you agree, Navya? Navya, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if I draw the x-axis and y-axis, first of all, we are focused on the first quadrant. Why? Because he says the x is greater than or equal to 0 and y is greater than or equal to x. So not only we are looking at the first quadrant, we are looking at the portion where y is greater than or equal to x. Y equal to x is this line. Y equal to x is the 45-degree line. We are looking at the portion where y is greater than or equal to x, which means we are confining ourselves in this belt. Y is greater than or equal to x. Right? Are you with me so far? Now, within that, we are saying x plus y should be less than or equal to 1. I mean, this is now, again, Kunal will give me a hard time on this. Kunal, I can write this as this, right? All I've done is, instead of writing, this is like saying 5 is greater than 3 is the same as 3 is less than 5. So x plus y is less than 1.
Yes.
So how will the line x plus y, I'm just teasing you, Kunal. Okay, no, I love your questions. Yeah, I'm very happy that you're not taking things for granted. Okay, so x plus y less than 1 means what? What will the line x plus y equal to 1 be? X plus y equal to 1 will be like this. X plus y equal to 1 will be like this. It passes through 1, 0 and 0, 1. X plus y equal to 1 will be like this. Now, which means in the y is less than or equal to 1 minus x, which means y should be only in this belt. Right? Initially, we said the gray belt, which was the 45-degree ke upar wala portion. Now we are saying red line ke niche wala portion. So the region that we have is the final red region that I've shaded here. Is this clear to everyone? Everyone good on this one? Arya, you with me? Aditya, you with me? Avinash? Avinash?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm not sure. I'm not seeing everyone's photos, not photos, videos. So, okay, so this is half, and therefore the area is half into base into height. So yes, Rohan, you're right. Half into 1 by 2, which is 1/4 indeed. Right? Okay, so even though it had squares and all this very seemingly difficult portions, it is actually a simple line intersection. Okay, Navya, you with me? Completely understood this?
Yeah.
So how did you plot the y is less than 1 minus x?
Because, okay, I plotted the line, again, start with the equality line. It's always easy.
Yeah,
So, okay,
That's-
say x plus y equal to 1, you're clear, right?
yeah,
X plus y equal to 1, you're clear. Now, I'm just saying y is less than, so instead of y equal to 1 minus x, I'm saying y is less than 1 minus x.
yeah.
So on this line itself, the y will be exactly equal to 1 minus x. We want y to be less. Y is what? The vertical height from the x-axis. We want the height to be less than that line, that red line. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just draw. Forget everything else. So forget everything else. So suppose I'll just take another problem. So let's say 2x plus 3y is less than, I don't know, 12, let's say. Okay, so how will we plot this? So first, I'll say 2x plus 3y equal to 12. So I'll make a simpler problem by saying 2x plus 3y equal to 12. Okay, so which means it passes through 6, 0 here, and then it passes through 0, 4 here. So the line 2x plus 3y equal to 12 will look like this line. Okay, now, but my problem is not equal to, but it's less than. So I'll say 3y is less than 12 minus 2x, or rather y is less than the points that are lying on the boundary. For the points that are lying on the boundary, the y coordinate is this, the y coordinate is this, the y coordinate is this. So on this vertical line, I want to accept all the answers whose y coordinate is less than that red point, which means all of these points I'll take. Right? Similarly, all of these points I'll take, but I won't take the points on the boundary. So the region will be finally all of this region except the pink line. So in fact, I have to replace it with a dotted line, right? Because the points on the boundary are not counted. Is this clear, guys? Kunal, is this clear? Everyone clear with plotting inequalities? Avinash? Sanvi, can you give an electronic thumbs up at least?
Yes.
Okay, good. Cool. So this was question 22. 23. Someone said in the 20s, they were able to do one question. I forget who that was.
So let
Yes.
me,
Yes.
so for this one, I got B1.
One solution. Okay. All right. Anyone else?
Sir, I don't remember, but I had got I think E, infinitely many. I think.
Infinitely many. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Okay. So pay attention to whether it's real numbers or rational numbers or integers, positive integers, non-negative integers, all of that. Be very, very careful what he's asking. He's saying pairs of integers, which means x and y can be negative, but they have to be integers, including 0. Okay. That's one thing. Second thing, you should know square root is always the positive square root, right? So again, I've done this many, many times. So square root of 25 is not plus or minus 5, it's only plus 5, right? And then it's tempting to put, so if I put square root of p square, it's tempting to put its p. No, this is wrong. What if p is negative? Square root of p square is absolute value of p.
Wait, sir, I'm wrong for sure.
Okay, you're wrong for sure because I pointed out that's integers instead of real numbers.
Yes, that also, but I already knew I was wrong. I just need to confirm it.
Okay, all right. So just a couple of warnings, guys. Square root of p square is not p. Square root of p square is absolute value of p. Okay, so which means the right side quantity is a positive quantity, or rather non-negative quantity, right? I'll just say positive. Okay, non-negative, fine. Non-negative quantity. The right-hand side also therefore should be a non-negative quantity, although it can be anything because y can be some big number also, but the left-hand side has to be non-negative. Therefore, the right-hand side also should comply for the equality to hold good. Okay, so how do you solve this? So obvious first thing is let's square both sides. X minus square root of x plus 23 equal to, if I square this, I get 2 root 2 whole square, which is 8, plus y square minus, actually I had a square minus 2ab plus b square, but I'm writing this first, and then minus 2 times 2 root 2 times y, which is 4 root 2 times y. Okay, now x and y are given to be integers. Okay, which means, okay, no problem. Y square is an integer, 8 is an integer, x is an integer. X plus 23 could be a perfect square, resulting in square root of x plus 23 also to be an integer. But what about the quantity 4 root 2 times y? 4 is an integer, y is an integer. Root 2 is clearly irrational. So this guy is irrational for sure. Unless y is 0, barring that exceptional case, this quantity is irrational. So if you have two quantities, the left-hand side and right-hand side, right? So let's say if I have P and Q are, let's say I have, okay, let's say P plus Q is given to be A plus P. And it's given that P and Q, P and A are rational. Okay, and Q and B are irrational. Okay, then this will imply that P must be equal to A and then Q must be equal to B, because only a rational can match a rational and an irrational can match an irrational. So if P plus Q has to be A plus B, then we must match the rational and irrational portion separately, right? And therefore, the only way this equality will hold good is this quantity also has to be irrational and match the 4 root 2y. Because 4 root 2y is the only thing we can be sure is irrational, other than the obvious answer of y being 0. Other than that, 4 root 2y is irrational. So, which means to match that, square root of x plus 23 must be irrational as well. Okay, so what are we saying then? So minus of x plus 23 is matching. Okay, first let's eliminate the
So
possibility
you
of
can
y.
remove the minus, both are minus.
Yeah, I know. I'm just putting it first and then removing it. But first, let's eliminate y equal to 0 wala possibility. Suppose y is 0, then right-hand side is how much? In fact, we can just approach it here. If y is 0, then we have square root of x. Okay, fine. I can take it here itself. So x minus square root of x plus 23. X minus square root of x plus 23 has to be equal to 8. Right? So which means x minus 8 has to be square root of x plus 23. Okay, so that's still possible, right? So let's square it. X square minus 16x plus 64 equal to x plus 23. So x square minus 17x plus what is this, guys? 64 minus 23 is how much? Someone 41? 41 equal to 0. Now, does this have integer solution for x? Clearly not. Two numbers that multiply to 41 and add to 17. 41 is prime. I cannot have two numbers multiplied to 41 other than 1 and 41, which won't work. So clearly, this is not giving a solution where x is an integer, right? X is an element of integers, right? So iske liye kuch solutions nahi hai, no solutions. So we have eliminated the possibility that y is 0. Okay. Now, if y is non-zero, goes back to what I'm saying, 4 root 2y is irrational. Therefore, the irrational has to match with irrational. This guy must match this guy. Okay, so yeah, back to what Avinash was saying, both have a negative sign. So let's effectively, we are saying that square root of x plus 23 is same as 4 root 2y. So let's square it. So x plus 23 is 32y square. 4 root 2 is square is 16 into 2, which is 32. So x plus 23 is 32y square. Okay. So this is one equation. By equating the not imaginary, the irrational portion. Now let's equate the rational portion. So which means x must match 8 plus y square. So x must match 8 plus y square. That's the rational portion. Okay. So, but we know x is 32. So we can treat both of them in terms of can eliminate x either by subtraction or whatever, right? So let's say x is 32y square minus 23 from the previous step should match 8 plus y square, which means 31y square equal to 31, which means y is plus or minus 1. Okay, y is plus or minus 1, but okay, y is plus or minus 1, but y cannot be negative 1. If y is negative 1, this quantity becomes negative. And then we said square root of something has to be always a positive quantity. So y cannot be negative 1 for that reason. Otherwise, y square equal to 1 would imply y equal to, so y equal to 1, y equal to minus 1. So here we say not possible for this reason that I just said. So y equal to 1, what value will that result in x? Always we have to put it back and just check. So always whenever we are squaring, we cannot be sure unless we put back in the original question. So 8 plus y square, which is 9. So x equal to 9. So let's put back 9 and 1, not in any of the intermediate steps, but in the original question and make sure if it makes sense. So square root of 9 minus square root of 9 plus 23, which is 32, should be equal to 2 root 2 minus y is 1. Okay, is this true? Is the question we are asking. Okay, so the easiest way is you can square 2 root 2 minus 1 whole square and get 9 minus root 32 and see. First of all, root 32 is a number which is less than 6. So 9 minus something is definitely a positive quantity. So that much we are assured. But let's square 2 root 2 minus 1. So 2 root 2 minus 1 square will be 2 root 2 square, which is 8, minus 4 root 2 plus minus 1 plus 1, right? So 9 minus 4 root 2 and root 32 is indeed 4 root 2. So yes, it is one solution. Well done, Arya. Arya or Arav? Sorry, Arya, was that you? Arav. Okay. Again, I mix up you both very often. Or was it someone else who called out this? I'm sorry, I don't want to give credit to the wrong person, or rather take away credit from the right person. All of you good on this one? Understood this? Kunsh, you with me? You're awake still, Kunsh? Coffee?
Yes, sir.
Coffee, chai, kuch lao?
It's okay, sir.
It's okay. All right. Ananya, you with me? All okay? Okay, that was question 23. Navya understood, right? Navya. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not seeing it. So please verbally call it out, please. I'm not looking at all of you all the time. Okay, 24 is a good question. Okay, fine. I'll spend time on it. Okay, let's do 25 and then we'll come back to 24. Okay, 24. How are we doing with time? Okay, we have another 25 minutes or so. Okay, all right. So 20. Let's skip 25 for 24 for a second. 25. Was anyone able to get? Rohan, were able to get 25?
No, sir.
Okay, Drishit.
No, sir, didn't get that.
Okay, it's actually a fairly easy question. So y cubed f of x equal to x cubed f of y. What does this mean? So y cubed divided by f of y, okay, equal to x cubed divided by f of x. Which means what? So for any x and y, doesn't matter. It's not like x is an input, y is output, which is w cubed by f of w, or some random guy cubed upon f of that random guy, right? Which means we are saying this guy is a constant, right? So in other words, this proves that f of, in fact, I'll use another variable p, is some constant k into p cubed. Only then this will work out, right? If y cubed upon f of y is same as x cubed upon f of x, which means you're essentially saying no matter what x and not what y we put, only if that quantity is a constant, right, will this work out, right? So k into p cubed. All of you on this one?
Yes.
Yeah, and then now it's very easy. So now it's k into 20 cubed minus k into 2 cubed by, so this quantity, right? K into 3 cubed. That's it. So k obviously will get cancelled. So it's 20 cubed minus 2 cubed. So 20 cubed is 800. 792 upon 27. Okay, so hopefully that will divide. So 9 goes 3 times. 9 goes 8 times. 9 goes how many? 8,000 is it? 8,000, sorry. Okay. 8,000, right? So yeah, all right, thank you. 7992, right? Is it 7992? Okay, so 9 goes 8 times 72. 9 goes 8 times 72. 8. Okay, 888 by 3. Again, it divide. 3 2s are 6. 3 9s are 27. 296. Yeah. Fairly easy question only. If you realize that essentially it's saying x cubed by f of x is a constant.
So why does it have to be a constant?
Because if it has to be true for every x, no matter what I put x as, x cubed by f of x should always come out to be the same thing. That means that has to be a constant, right?
But it's not necessarily the same thing, right? Because even y can keep increasing.
Yeah. So if y increases, f of y should increase in proportion,
Yeah.
such that the ratio is a constant. Or if y decreases to w cubed by f of w should, in other words, f of w should increase or decrease with w cubed in the same manner, right? That means that ratio is a constant, no?
Yeah, okay.
Kunal is never convinced, man.
Yeah,
No,
okay,
no,
I'm
no,
convinced.
no. No, I really like it. I really like that you're not convinced and you're giving me a hard time to convince you, which is good, right? That's nice. Okay, but yes, Sachim, jokes apart, does it make sense, guys? Kunal,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Okay, so that is question 25. We have to do one more, right? 24. I'm just thinking. Okay, I'll just get you started on 24. I won't finish it off for you. It's a little longer question. Are you able to see the screen, right? Still, okay. 24. Okay, all of you understood the picture in 24, right? Did anyone get halfway through or some progress? Anyone? Was anyone able to make some progress? Arya? Or anyone? Kunsh? No.
No.
Are you guys still seeing my screen share, right? Or are you not?
So we are.
We can see your screen.
You are, right? Okay, cool. Okay, all right. So he says the question is clear, right? So this length is 2, this length is 2, this length is 2, this length is 1, and this length is 3. Okay, and he's asking what is the shaded region. Okay, so, and all of these lines are perpendicular lines, which means let's start with this angle being theta. Okay, so I'll always try to draw an angle which is not like 45 degrees. So an angle theta is something like this, which is shallower than 45, just so that you get a feel for it. So if this is A, if this is A and this is theta, then this vertical is A sine theta and the horizontal is A cos theta. You get this, right? So A cos theta. So that's what is happening. So first, I'm going to add up all the horizontal contributions and see that it's so let's say this is the side length, right? This is the side length. The side length of the square. Okay, so let's add, so I'll just mark this A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so AB is like this. AB is like this, which means the horizontal component of this is, if this is 2, this is 2 cos theta. So I'll start writing. So 2 cos theta is the contribution from AB. Now BC is like this. BC is like this. And this upar wala is theta. You can clearly see that the upar wala is theta here. This is 90 minus theta, right? Which means this portion is, this is 2. Am I right? 2 cos theta. Yeah, okay. So I need the horizontal contribution, right? So this is 2 sine theta. This is 2 sine theta. You can see the projections on X and Y axis are either going to be sine theta or cos theta. You can use whatever way for you to imagine yourself. So you can see that if I'm traveling from A along the horizontal direction, so far I've reached the point till here. Now I'm going back a little bit. How much I'm going back a little bit by? I'm going back a little bit by 2 sine theta to land up here. Are you with me? So minus 2 sine theta. I'm just counting horizontally how much I'm traveling. And then I'm finally going to say, I'm going to finish this off and say, now I have reached, let's say this point is G. Okay, now I've reached G. And therefore I'll say this is the side length S. Say this is side length S. That's what I'm going to finish. So 2 cos theta minus 2 sin theta is clear so far to everyone. Ananya, are you with me? Okay, now comes CD. CD is exactly same as your AB. In fact, literally it's parallel. So that's also going to be 2 cos theta. Now ED is setting us back again because CD brought us a little bit to the right. No, D is also not setting us back. D is also taking us further to the right only. And that length is 1 sine theta. So it is plus 1 sine theta. Okay. And then lastly, I have 3 cos theta. Plus 3 cos theta.
So can you explain it again?
Yeah, I'll explain it to you. Okay, yes. Okay, I'm counting horizontally how much I'm traveling as I'm heading through each of these sections. So I'll say the horizontal contribution of AB, the horizontal contribution of BC, the horizontal contribution of CD, the horizontal contribution of DE, the horizontal contribution of EF. Okay, so first of all, do we agree that except BC, which is setting us back to the left, all the other portion, AB, CD, DE, EF, all have a horizontal contribution moving to the right. Do you agree with that much? Rohan? Rohan?
How isn't DE a contribution to the left?
No, DE is going to the right, no? DE is this. So effectively you're moving right only, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so that gives that explains the plus and minus side. So everything else plus except the BC, which is pulling us to the left. Okay, and now each of them is either a cos theta version or a sin theta version of the length itself. So AB, BC, CD are all 2, 2, 2. DE is 1, and then EF is 3. So that explains the 2 part and the 1 part and the 3 part magnitude. Right? Now, the only other thing to figure out is whether it's cos theta or sin theta. That by just visual inspection, you can see if this something is like this, then this is cos theta, and the vertical portion is sin theta. Right? If something is vertically like this, then this portion becomes the sin theta component. This portion becomes the cos theta component because the theta is sitting up here now. Right? For example, CB is like this. And for example, AB is like this. Is this clear? Is this clear to everyone? Drishti, you're with me? Navya, Shivank? All of you good, right? Okay, now this is the side length. Now, can you guys, in fact, I'll give you guys a minute to do this. Can you do the same thing traveling vertically and set up a similar equation for me? Can you write out another, I'll just get you started. So I will say AB ka vertical contribution is 2. Okay, I'll just put it in another color. Let's say this is blue color. Okay, AB ka vertical contribution is this portion, which is 2 sin theta. Okay, and now can you finish off the rest? Finish off this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. All of them should add up to S. Can you do it, please? I'll give you guys 1 minute.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, call it out, Avinash, please.
So it's 2 sin theta plus 2 cos
Okay,
theta
slow. Okay,
plus 2 cos theta
1 sec, slow, please. 1 sec, I'm not ready. 2 sin theta plus
plus 2 cos theta.
2 cos theta. Okay,
Then it'll be plus 2 sin theta again, AB
Plus-
and CD.
plus 2 sin theta. Okay,
Then it'll be minus 1 cos theta
excellent. Minus 1 cos theta.
and then plus 3 sin theta.
Beautiful. Yes. Very easy, right? Well
Mm.
done, Avinash. Okay. Is everyone clear on this? Right? If not, if you just spend another 30 seconds, you'll get it. So let's go with that. Okay. So now both of them are S, which means I can equate both of them and get a relation between sin theta and cos theta. So let's do that. So this is 2 cos theta, 4 cos theta, 7 cos theta. So I have 7 cos theta minus 2 sin theta plus 1 sin theta is minus 1 sin theta. So minus 1 sin theta equals, how many cos theta here? 2 cos theta.
So the same thing, both are
No,
coming to
No, both won't be same. This is 2 cos theta minus 1 cos theta, which is 1 cos theta.
oh, that's plus 1. Yeah.
Okay. And this is 2 plus 2, 4
7.
plus 1, which is 7, plus 7 sin theta.
Oh,
So which means I have 8 sin theta equal to 6 cos theta. And that makes sense, right? That means tan theta is 3 by 4, right? And that makes sense because the triangle, as you can see, this is smaller than this. Only then you're able to go like this and then go like this and then go like this and then reach here, right? Otherwise, you won't be able to do this. Okay, if you didn't understand the last part, it's fine. No problem. Tan theta is 3 by 4. Right, which means each of these triangles is like a 3, 4, 5 triangle, as in similar to a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Right? If you have 3 and 3 by 4 is tan theta, then each of them is a 3 by 4, 3, 4, 5 wala triangle in proportion. I'll just call 3A, 4A, and 5A. Now 5A can be 2, 5A can be 3, 5A can be 1, but all of these small triangles are 3, 4, 5 ratio triangles. Right? Which means we'll be able to find all of these coordinates B, C, D, E, and all fairly easily, right? And you can use your multiple ways, right? Either you can use the shoelace method I showed you to find the area, right? You guys remember the shoelace method to find the area? In fact, let's do that. Let's do that. And actually, no, I don't want to do that. You guys do it later and then come back to me. We're meeting tomorrow, right? So we got tan theta is 3 by 4. Find the area. Now that either using shoelace method or using anything else, there are multiple ways to do this. You might not want to use the shoelace at all. I'll erase this, right? Right? You can just maybe do something else. You can find this trapezium and then subtract. You can do some jugad. But essentially, we got the angle. We got this angle. We got this angle as tan inverse of 3 by 4, which means we have a bunch of 3, 4, 5 related triangles. Okay, so I'll stop here with this question and then finish it off before next class, which is tomorrow. Let's go on to discussing a few more questions. So this is this question 12, right? Homework 12. So let's go on to homework 13. Homework 13, where is that? Let me just
So I
open it.
have another class. Can I leave?
That's fine. Anyway, I'm wrapping up in another like 8 minutes or so. That's fine. Sorry for the late start today. Yeah, if anyone else has to leave as well, please announce and leave. Homework 13. Okay, so first one. Drishit, were you able to do this? First question, homework 13.
So I haven't started homework 13. I was looking at the last few questions of 12. So
Okay, has anyone attempted homework 13 first question? Kunsh, were you?
I got C, but I'm not very confident in that answer.
C, okay. Anyone else?
So I got B.
B. Okay. Choices are all very close. Okay, let's see. AB is to BC is to CD is 1 is to 2 is to 4, right? So which means either I'm talking about BD and C or and parts of the diameters. Okay, all right. Which means either the ratio of the arc lengths or the ratio of the chords, they all mean the same thing only. They're all proportional only. So that means the angles at the center are also in the same ratio. So AB wala angle kitna tha? So let's draw the AB. So this is AB. Okay. So if this angle is theta, then BC is 2 theta. So this is 2 theta. And then CD is 4 theta. So this is 4 theta. Okay. Now you can clearly see 4 theta plus 2 theta, 6 theta adds up to 180 degree, which means theta is 30 degrees. Theta is 30 degrees. And then what do we want? Which angle do we want? AC. We want this angle at the top. ACE. Okay. So this is isosceles right angle triangle. This is 3 theta, which is 90. And therefore this is 45 each. So this is 45 and this is 45. Kunsh, what did you do to get 42? You want to share?
No, sir.
Was it? No, I'm just still wondering what mistake you could have done to get 42. Maybe there's some learning there.
So I tried. So it's very weird tricks made, sir. I basically did a lot of bad mistakes.
Lot of bad mistakes. Okay, all right. Lot of bad mistakes. Sounds scary. Okay, fine. Question 2. Question 2, anyone? Rohan, were you able to do question 2?
So I was not able to do the board.
You were not able to do this question set at all.
No.
Okay. Should we meet then tomorrow, guys? If many of you have not even attempted this question set, let's do that. But please, guys, spend some time today to do this question set. I'll be giving one more probably. Or did I already give one more? Did I give you one more, or this is the last one I gave you, right? Okay.
The last one you gave.
Okay. So between today and tomorrow and day after, you have to put a lot of efforts. So I'll very likely give another one late tonight. I know it's Diwali also, but the timing, unfortunately or fortunately, is like that this time. But let's meet tomorrow. But at the very least, go through this homework fully. Not go through, do this homework fully, please. Okay, give enough time. Then just don't just skim through the problems and say I didn't get it. Okay, so let's meet
Bye,
tomorrow
sir.
at
Thank you.
12 o'clock. Okay, bye. Thanks.